Rated E for everyone.
Yo, it's me, Jess, and I'm the original Strider Arcade. Roll the intro!
My neighbor Jess, and he likes to play games.
My neighbor Jess, you saved my life.
It's the year 1989. A young boy traverses the floors of a shopping mall, making his way to Aladdin's castle. That's a video game arcade. He passes by an Orange Julius, and amidst the smells of hot dogs, popcorns, and creamy orange beverages are the sight and sounds of an arcade machine he's never seen before. In the game, there's a spiky-haired man swinging a sword at howling wolves in a snowy environment. Text appears, Siberian Wilderness. Nobody ever has cleared this stage, as if the game was taunting the boy to play. Then the character is trapped inside of an icy cave with a giant robot gorilla. A slash cuts across the screen, revealing a title. The name of the game was Strider. And that young boy, that's right, that young boy grew up to be Edward James Olmos. Wait, what?
Ole, I'm Edward James Olmos. I was in Battlestar Galactica, I teach Kakulas, and I love the original arcade Strider. For real, Holmes. Get you later, vato.
I did not see that coming. Like, at all. It's pretty weird. But coincidentally, I also am a big fan of this game. Now, if you're looking for a full playthrough or a speedrun attempt, check out the links in the description below. But this video is my own personal tour and love letter to the very slick, very unique, very bizarre, and very awesome Capcom arcade classic Strider. Now, we're gonna break down how it plays, how it looks, how it sounds, and what makes Strider one of my all-time favorites. What are we waiting for, Samwise Gamgee? Let's mount and do this. Roll the game footage! It's the year 2048. You play as Hiryu, a special A-class member of a secret society of super assassin, super spy space ninjas called Striders. Armed with a tonfa laser sword, grappling claws, and battle assist droids, Hiryu is tasked to assassinate Grandmaster Mayo, who plans to wipe out all life forms on Earth. Strider Hiryu has to rapidly slash and obliterate 5 stages of soldiers, droids, mechanical beasts, battleships, dinosaurs, Amazon women, and more to restore peace and balance to a world torn asunder by war, oppression, and perversions of science. At least that's what this manual from the Sega Genesis version says, but we're not playing this version. We're playing Capcom Arcade Stadium. It's a compilation of classic Capcom arcade games, including, yes, Strider. So let's put our quarter in and get to it. So when you put your quarter in and press start, the Grandmaster flies up and gives this laugh. And this laugh, when I was a kid, was the coolest and darkest thing ever, okay? Because arcade games had voice samples, but the ones in Strider, they really pulled me in. All right, let's take it from the top. Oh yes. And first stage, St. Petersburg, you're flying into this very futuristic sci-fi city. And the basic control of this game is you walk back and forward, slash your sword, jump straight up. You can jump to the side, somersault, and you can also slide kick, slash your sword. Now the Cypher Strider's laser sword is still one of the coolest weapons in any game ever. I just love the way it swings, I love the way it animates, I love the way it sounds. It goes to your pace so you can go really fast. It's still just the best. I also like how his animation changes when he's climbing up a slope, pretty cool. And of course he can climb up and down walls, scaling with his grappling claw. You don't have a run button, you have to rely on momentum, so you'll see a downhill slope here, and then you just have to kind of let it ride you all the way down for some speed. All right, we have the first boss here. His name's Strobia. Very Ivan Drago looking guy. He's a grappler. It's pretty cool how he comes in for a dive, he'll just toss you around, easily chip your life away. I love that. And that death animation, class A, love it. But truth be told, he's no problem, just get your rapid slash and he falls right apart. Yeah, the way you cling onto scaffolding, very satisfying to make your way up. And there is a suction cup robot, for some reason, that shoots lasers. Why not? At the top of this tower, there's a hawk droid that will assist you. Come in for the swish. All right, you got this Cypher Sword power-up. When you get it, it gives you a little bit extra length. Very nice. Love that moon. All right, next up you have this boss room. The Novo is a giant robot bot shooting lasers that bounce off the walls. Love the art direction in this room, very cool. But the key to Novo is speed. Just gotta slash it and tear him up as fast as you can. And you have this heavy gunner in here, really gunning for you. A very nice details. You can see the shells bouncing out of this gun. That's super awesome. But really, one slash is all you need. And you make your way to the final boss of the stage. It's this room of war generals. And they all jump to form the Ouroboros, this giant metal caterpillar. And you can ride this bad boy all the way around. Keep shooting for that head. And he's toast. And we got it. First stage down. 4 more to go. Let's let's talk about the power-ups in this game. These containers are where you get your life and assist droids. You start off with 3 bars of life, and any hit takes 1 away. This Chinese symbol is the first part of Hiryu's name, and it restores 1 bar of life. The second part of his name gives you an extra bar, and you can get up to 5 bars. This symbol, which is Hiryu's full name, restores all of your life. Then we got the droids. These are called options. Get one, and it'll rotate around you, firing at all surrounding enemies, and 1 of your life bars will turn red. If you get hit and lose that red bar, you lose the option. You can stash 2 of these guys, and if you come across a container that would normally house another droid, you'll temporarily upgrade to a robot saber-tooth tiger that destroys everything in its path. The ideal situation? Gather options, then gather the reuse symbols, so you can take some damage before losing your options. If you get these guys on your team, you can really wreck shop. Alright, moving on.
Try to hear you. He will never leave Eurasia alive.
I got you.
Okay, here's the Siberian Wilderness. This is the first stage I ever saw of this game. Hungry like the wolf. And when you slide into this cave, you have Mechapon, a giant robot gorilla. I love how he posts up and goes in for a punch. Ching, ching, ching. But as always, shred him before he gets any hits in. A cool detail is he has a last-ditch attack. If you just hang out for a little bit, his head will explode. Nice. Can you think of any better security measures than these buzzsaws hanging on the walls? And they come in pretty hot, look at that. Let's make our way up to the big wheel here. You know what's practical in a big factory wheel? Giant crates with spikes on them. Gotta have those. And up here we have Solo, a flying bounty hunter. I wonder where he got his name and inspiration from. He shoots a mega cannon at you. Of course, you got homing missiles. Triple shot. And he's very evasive. If you try to swing at him, he flies away. A good strategy is to wait for him to land, let him fire, and then get your shots in. And he's trash. And next we have the big run. All you gotta do is run. Run, run, run. It builds some momentum, dodging the bombs, all leading up to one heroic jump. More wolves. You have this very cool power generator portion. You're engulfed in shadows and illuminates when lightning comes back up. Very cool effect. A little one-up, a chibi strider. Look at him. Adorable. Okay, let's roll all the way back here. So a neat detail is that you can do the big run without beating Solo. And if you don't kill him, he's gonna be waiting for you in the next area, for sure. There he is, he's not done with you. One of you has to go down, it's either you or him. Yes, he'll follow you all the way up here too. And next segment, we gotta ride these little hovercrafts up to a mini battleship while they do these parachute bombs at you. When I'm doing speedruns of this game, this part's always unpredictable. The bombs kind of don't fall in a specific pattern. It's kind of random. Gotta be careful not to hit those turbines. And we're at the little mini battleship. Let's make our way to the boss. Take cheap shots at this guy. And here we have the Kunyang sisters. It's a trio of martial artists. Just flipping and tripping. They have a jump slash kick, very nice. But sorry ladies, you gotta go. And all that's left is the pilot who totally pieces out. Very cool detail. So that's stage 2, 3 more to go. As I mentioned before, I love the voice samples in this game. It has a really unique approach. The game's brief intermissions are multilingual. There's voiceovers in English,
You dare fight me?
Russian, Japanese,
サワラの親玉のところへ連れて行ってもらおうか。
Mandarin,
你这个笨蛋！只要有空中战舰巴鲁洛的世界就是我们的。
and Spanish. Granted, it's not top shelf voice acting, and there's probably errors in the translation, except for the Grandmaster. He's the best. But the attempt to make the game feel global is so good. Even today, there's not a whole lot of games that throw a bunch of languages at you and attempt to give the game some scale. Very nice touch. Okay, moving on.
サワラの親玉のところへ連れて行ってもらおうか。你这个笨蛋！只要有空中战舰巴鲁洛的世界就是我们的。サワラにそんな玩具は必要ない。
Alright, we're on the Battleship Balrog. This entire stage is practically a boss battle. You have to just tear it up from the inside. Hawkbot to the rescue. Tear up these droids. You have this giant main cannon. No problem. Slice it up like butter. Okay, so there's a little hidden treat over here. You have this armory with these shells. And you can slash away and destroy them. And if you come over to the last one, there's a little dancing panda. Just there for no reason, hanging out. If you want, you can go to the underbelly of the ship. Sneak your way past all these troops. There's a couple parts in the game where you come across this invincibility power-up, and it creates these shadow clones with extra slashing power. Just tear it all up. Then you have this deadly part where you have to climb up, and the walls are closing in on you. And you gotta time your jumps right. If you jump too soon, you won't have the momentum, and you'll more than likely get crushed. But if you climb up a little bit first, and then start your climb, you're good to go. Woo! Then you got this drill bot coming in for an assist. He's got missiles, he's got the works. Slide, and he's toast. That power up there, that's bait, and if you hop over onto it, it'll take you all the way out. But you can jump out of it, so you're fine. All right, we're busting into this area. This is the anti-gravity. 0 Gs. 0 Gs, activate. And now you're upside down. This part was confusing at first because you're like, what am I doing? What's going on here? You got lasers and droids just coming for you. All right, let's make our way to the boss. This is the anti-gravity core, and it just takes you off the ceiling and spins you around. You gotta get as many licks as you can before it throws you to the wall for some damage. This scene's also in the attract mode, so when you saw it, you had to put your quarters in. Fly around, slash it, until it's toast. And because it's the ship's core, the ship's down, so you gotta make your way out as fast as you can. And then you have this pirate tossing his men at you for no reason. Captain Beard Jr. just whipping and slashing. But he's total trash. And that's it, stage 3 down, 2 more to go. So let's talk about the possible references and influences seen in Strider. Lots of Star Wars references. You got your laser swords, kind of like a lightsaber. Plenty of droids. Grandmaster Mayo looks a lot like Emperor Palpatine. You got the Boba Fett-esque bounty hunter. His name's Solo. The anti-gravity room reminds me of Empire Strikes Back. Plus other stuff. Ivan Drago, Mikhail Gorbachev, Ed 209 from RoboCop. The Grandmaster looks like Emperor Palpatine, but according to the game's designer, he was actually inspired by a drawing of Sauron from Lord of the Rings, which makes total sense. The game is called Strider. That was Aragorn's nickname, and this giant airship is called the Balrog, which Capcom also called these 2 Street Fighter 2 characters. Speaking of Street Fighter 2, this Kung Fu fighter with hair buns looks a lot like a prototype Chun-Li. What else do you see? Let me know in those comments. All right, let's drop into the Amazon.
You dare fight me?
And it's another moment of momentum. You have to climb down this hill in order to make your way up another hill. This power-up might be a little bit of bait, because if you wait around too long, mushrooms start blooming. You try to make your way up with no momentum, into the drink. And you have to make your way across these vines. Get too clumsy, fall into the drink, and there's piranhas from the Amazon. Chomp, 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 chomp. And what do we got over here? Amazon warriors. Death by Snoo Snoo. The thing I like to do is grab the tail end of this vine, jump on the end, let it ride you all the way up. We're dodging. It's kind of unfair that I have this sword and they have those weapons, but what are you gonna do? Over here you have these cool totem poles. Little Indiana Jones moment there. These ladies are keeping modest with that little magic leaf there. And what do we have over here? Dino DNA! We got Littlefoot, we got Petrie, Sarah, there's even a Sharptooth. We have the whole Land Before Time crew here. I love the animation when these dinosaurs fall apart. It's pretty great. But sad at the same time. Sorry guys, I don't like this any more than you do. Oh, Littlefoot, no! And then we have Lago, this metallic nightmare with razor talons and dragon fire. He's really swinging for you. Gotta go for the head. Wait for him to retreat, hop on that vine, make your way up, and totally go for it. And he's toast. And that's it. 4 stages down, 1 more to go. We're on the last stage, and I wanted to gush about one of the things I love most about this game, and it's the music. Such a distinct dynamic sound and mood that Capcom music composers were able to create in this era. There's only 5 stages in this game, but there's over 25 pieces of music. The way the music quick shifts from scenario to scenario, it makes the experience really cinematic. Track perfectly complements its set piece. Totally rules. It's good, and I love it. Now, let's tear up the third moon.
Omuga watua, tetada de boga.
Eu poder total, вы мог поверить, ожидание подтерпеть господина.
Yes, and in classic video game fashion, this stage throws everything at you, including the kitchen sink. Suction cup robots, rinky-dink droids, drill bots, got the heavy gunner again, direct TV, and of course you have to have more anti-gravity. This part super reminds me of Empire Strikes Back. I used to think there's like a hidden treasure inside this room, but nope, it's just 3 Kung Fu sisters and more droids to wreck your life. Thanks a bunch. Now this part was a nightmare to figure out. It's just a gauntlet of trash they throw at you. What you gotta do is gotta make a run for it, anti-gravity jump onto this spike, destroy this droid, jump over that spike, destroy that droid. It's a nightmare. But after you do it so many times, you figure it out. This part still gives me trouble when I'm trying to speedrun. I haven't quite figured out how to blaze through it. More spikes, going all the way into another anti-gravity chamber. Now with more droids. Good to clean the room first, and then hop on in. Get your last shots in, and then we're done. Make your way out before it falls apart on you. And be sure not to fall into the pit just like that. Another encounter with the Novo. Neat little trick here is if you line up your foot just right here, the lasers can't hit you, and you're free to just slash away. No problem. More scissor bots, and you got the return of Solo coming back for round 2. But if you still have your long slashes, he's toast. You got Mechapon back to the party with the T-Rex? Now we're talking. They're both trash. Out of here. Who's this mysterious character? Yep, it's Lago. He's invited to the party too. Have him land, get some shots in the head, and if you still have the longsword, keep your distance. He's trash. Now Ouroboros comes back too, but you're not here to fight him. He's here for one purpose: to take you to the coolest part of the game.
All sons of old gods die.
Still cool, still metal, and still awesome. And just ride this bad boy all the way up. But you don't want to kill him too soon, otherwise you'll fall the pit. And here we are, Grandmaster Mayo. Hold the mustard. He'll essentially fly around, shoot lightning at you, he'll summon piranhas, he'll summon wolves, and he'll laugh at your shame if you die. Pretty amazing. Key is to head on up to the top, get your licks in. When he drains down to 1 life, come on over here to the right, got a full restore, and just slash away at this old man until he's toast. And he's trash. Rise up to the sky and bathe in the light of the sun coming from the eclipse. Satisfaction. Last stage clear, all done. And for your troubles, you get a little cutscene of Strider Hiryu riding on top of a whale. Because that's what heroes do. You murder space wizard fascists, you glide off onto your glider, soaring over the ocean majestic, you hop on top of a beautiful whale, and ride off into the sunset. The end. Now this was a laid-back, paced playthrough in order to reminisce on all those little nuggets of love that this game has. But if you want to see me blaze through as fast as I can, or if you want to see a full playthrough gameplay only, check out the links in the description below. Now, in Capcom Arcade Stadium on Switch, I'm currently 8th place in the leaderboards for time challenges. Think I could beat my record? You gotta check out that video to find out. Anyways, thank you so much for checking out this episode of My Neighbor Jess, You Saved My Life, featuring the arcade classic Strider. What do you think? Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And while you're at it, be sure to follow my neighbor Jess on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Twitch! That's where I'm going to be at, playing classic games like this, new games, indie games, and more, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Central. Let's hang out again. Let's play some more games. And it's like Viggo Mortensen once said, be kind. It's worthwhile to make the effort to learn about other people and figure out what we have in common. That's why you should like, comment, and subscribe. 2 Peace.
My neighbor Jess, and he